Hello my loves, today I am doing some swatches and having a little chat about some new blushes that I received from Glaminatrix Cosmetics. So we have 6 new shades of the cheek and lip flush. I also have the 5, dropping them. I have the 5 existing shades here, so I will do a little comparison. But we also have a new product. These are the cream and powder blush duos. So these come in 3 shades. So again, I'm going to do a little swatch party to show you guys the shades there. But I think let's start with the cheek and lip flush. So 6 new shades. We also have a new interesting formula in here, which I applied today. So I will show you a little demo of that. You can see it's quite pink heavy. There is a pretty magenta in there. There's a red and a really cool orange shade. The original shades were fairly like, not nude, that's not really fair. I think the easiest way to show you is just to get in and swatch them and you guys can see the comparisons of the old shades to the new shades. Now these retail for 25 Australian dollars each, and at the moment on the website they have a buy 4 get 1 free offer. So you add 4 to your cart and then you can pick an extra one. So the new shades are Soft, Tender, Nurture, Kind, Warm, and Sweet. I'm going to swatch the 5 original shades so you can sort of see them in a row. This one is Sunny. This one is Petal. Then we have Gentle, Lavish, and finally Poppy. So there you can see the full color range that is available now, and there's no double ups. They're all quite different to each other. The new additions are quite pink heavy, so if you love a pink, there's definitely going to be something in the range for you. But I love how they've got some more interesting colors, like the reds and the oranges. I love that they have a brown based blush, which is not like, it's not super common, but I feel like it's very flattering. Your girl's got to do some push-ups. It's hard holding my arm up like this, but that is the shade range. They're really nice. Now, if you're not familiar with the formula of these blushes, I'll do the new ones to show you. They are quite a liquidy blush. They come with a doe foot applicator. They're very thin. They go on. You can shear them out as much as you want and you can really build them up as well. And then we have the new, what I'm calling like jelly-like formula, the one with a translucent base. So these ones look, it looks like it's going on a bit patchy, but just trust me, they blend out beautifully and smooth. So you can see there that these look more like a tint on the skin almost. You can apply like one little dot and it goes on quite sheer, and if you want to build it up, you certainly can. That's what I did with my look today. I actually applied, I think, 3 drops to each side of my face. So I used both warm and sweet, whereas the ones with the more like white base to them, the skin, like, don't get me wrong, it still shows through, but I almost feel like they have a little bit of coverage to them. Here are the 6 new shades blended out. So from top down, we've got Soft, Tender, Nurture, Kind, Warm, and Sweet. So the lighter pinks appear to have a white base, and then when we get into especially these 3 down here, so we've got Kind, Warm, and Sweet, they all appear to have much more of a translucent base. So I do already have experience with the formula of these blushes since I have the original 5 shades, and I've used them as both blushes and lip tints, and I like them. I actually think even as a lip tint, like usually when you're talking about a product where people or where brands are saying, oh, you can use it on cheeks and lips, I feel like it typically performs like better in one area than it does the other. But I have found that they wear quite nicely on the lips and they wear fantastically as blushes. Anyway, my thoughts on the new shades is, I will say, I think there's too many pinks. But that's also coming from someone who, like, I don't typically reach for pink blush. I prefer a little bit, I don't know, like more neutral and like nudie type colors, or I like, you know, oranges. I also like purple blushes because they work quite well with my undertones and stuff. So I think for me personally, lots of pink here that I won't reach for too much, but also I know that pink is like one of the most popular blush colors. So I think it's fantastic that they padded out their range, because in the original line, it was quite like, these aren't straight up pinks. There's like mauvey colors in there and like peach colors and things like that. So the more interesting shades, in my opinion, were in the first 5. And it makes sense to me that they have to pad it out with some pinks, because there's people out there who love their pinks. And these colors here are where I think there's like mega fun in the range. Oh, don't drop it. But also, I don't think that that's necessarily what everyone else is gonna think. That's just my personal preference. But all in all, I really love this formula of blush. You guys will know I like quite a sheer light blush. I don't typically wear a lot of blush because of my face shape. But with these, I love that I have so much control. I can put on a tiny bit and get that nice sheer application. Also, being liquids, you get that beautiful, like, healthy sheen on the skin. And if you've got dry skin, they're not going to suck the life out of you or make your fine lines look worse. So I really love them. They're fantastic. Now we're going to get into these, which are new. These are the cream and powder blush duos. So these are retailing for $35 each. You can buy the bundle of 3 for $90, which would be a saving of $15. Like I mentioned, you get a cream and a powder in each duo. I was going to say palette, but it's a duo. So this one here is called Think Pink. I have not used this one on my face yet. I have used the nude. I will talk about it when I get to it. So that is the blush, you can, or the cream, sorry. You can see there that it does have a bit of a white base. And that is the powder. This is Muted Mocha. So you've got a really beautiful, like, nudie blush. This is a transparent base, which I really love. And we have the powder here. This powder also has a bit of a sheen to it. And then we have Berry Nice. And this one I have also not used. You can probably tell why. She is very, very dark. That is the cream and this is the powder. Here, this one definitely aimed at people with deeper skin, but also if you're brave and you have fairer skin, I mean, go for your life. Do what you want. Who am I to tell you what to do? I am going to blend these out because I haven't used this pink one. I am kind of curious about how it looks and compares to this one, which I feel is a bit sheerer. But actually, I mean, this is pretty much what I would expect. These have, so they're a cream formula, but they do settle down a little bit. So it's been a minute since I swatched these, and you can see that they're kind of a little bit stiffer now that they've been sitting on the skin for a minute. When you initially get these out of the pan and apply them, they're really like warm and easy to, it's all stuck in my hair. Let's not judge it too harshly. Once these sort of come in contact with the heat of your body, they melt a little bit more. You can see in the pan, you know, it looks quite glossy, so they pick up and they melt quite nicely. And it's not that they set. I don't want to give that impression because that's not you know, what I think they do. It's more that they kind of dry down a little bit. I think that might be the more fair way to put it. This is so intense. I don't know why I'm putting more on, but I just am. I'm just going for it. Like I said, this one is stuck a little bit in the hairs on my arm. So let's not judge it for that, because it's not the fault of the blush, but like that is intense. That is very brightly colored. I think I'll also swatch the pink again to see how that builds up. Yeah, you can get these quite bright if you want to. And of course, something else you could do is lay down your cream and then put your powder over it to make them even more intense if you wanted to. But I think the best thing about having like a duo blush that is a powder and a cream version is that depending on the look that you're trying to go for on that particular day, you can reach for whichever product you want. Sometimes you want a cream over a powder, sometimes you want a powder over a cream. Now, like I mentioned, I haven't worn these two and I don't think they'll get a whole lot of use out of me. Like that would be so difficult for me to wear. The powder blush, maybe I could get away. I mean, look at it though. It is, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just too fair for that. But this one, I love this one. In terms of is one type of product better than the other, not really. The formula is nice across the board. It's really just going to depend on what you like. Like, do you like creams and powders or do you like liquids? That's really what it's going to come down to. The shades across the products are pretty much matched except for this one. This is quite unique to the duos in itself, but there are bright pinks in the liquid range. There are nudes in the liquid range, but this one, I think the closest thing would be this shade, but even this one, I think like it's not nearly as dark as what they have on offer here. I will just blend it out so you guys can see and compare. Elbow swatch. No, it's still lighter. I think this is definitely like the richest and darkest of the colors. But you know what? I reckon you could wear this on your lips for sure. Is that a brush hair on my face that's been there the whole time I've been filming? Probably. Okay, well, suddenly that duo just became fairly usable for me because that works as a lip product and it's glossy and gorgeous. Now that these have had time to settle down, I am just going to see how much they transfer the creams, because they don't feel little bit. They don't feel completely set, but they don't feel as wet as they look. I'm just going to put that out there. A little bit on there as well. I think this will be the one that is easiest to see. Yeah, there we go. So tiny bit of transfer, but I feel like they look quite glossy on the skin, but like they don't feel overly wet. You'll certainly see me wearing muted mocha in the future, and if you ever see this color on my lips, it's definitely going to be very nice. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know if you picked up any of the new cream and powder blush duos, or if you tried any of the new shades of the cheek and lip flush, or if you picked up some of the older shades. Let me know what your favorite colors are. I want to say a massive thank you to Glaminatrix Cosmetics for sending me these goodies to play with. I also want to say a massive thank you to my channel members. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you to all of you for joining me today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.